Alright, so this is the topping Silverthorn deck profile.
Wait, you ain't Kyle.
Yep. So nothing too interesting. We run the Silverthorn starter. Draw a card, it has Silverthorn in the name. We are running 3 copies of the dragon, of Wraithing Dragon. It's nice because it lets us multi-attack a little bit extra if we have the extra counterblast. I run 3 of it because I wanted to cut room for countercharge at the late game. That's why it's not at 4 of. And it has Silverthorn in the name. We run 4 copies of Romy. She basically lets us turbo soul charge in the mid game and a little bit in the early game. She has Silverthorn in the name, and she's an 8k booster. We run 4 copies of Irina. She is the best ride at grade 1 in the deck, and when you call her, she lets you filter and top deck. Plus the extra draw when you ride on top of her is really good, and she's an 8k booster with Silverthorn in the name. For grade 2, we run 4 copies of the Shada. Mm-hmm. This is just a whole bunch of defensive power at grade 2, or as grade 2s. Plus it's a 13k swinger on an Excel 2 circle.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Plus it has Silverthorn in the name. So yeah, nice 15k shield. It goes into Soul. It fulfills 4 different names in Soul most of the time, as well as just being defensive. Run 4 copies of Lillian. She helps us fix her soul. Say if I don't have Luquier in hand, I can put Luquier into soul and then grab it with Dorian. She has Silverthorn in the name, and she's a 19k beat stick.
Ooh, okay.
If you have 4 or more different names in soul. So she's one of the main beaters of the deck, as well as just correcting everything. We run 4 copies of Rising Dragon. This is the other beat stick, very similar to Lillian. It's just a 19k beat stick when you call 2 or more cards. It's really good. It has Silverthorn in the name. On the top end, we're running 4 copies of Dorina.
Yeah.
Dorian. She is what gets you all your draw effectively at the end of every turn. She keeps all your units safe every turn. She lets you call everything out with Luquier at the start of your next turn. She's really good. She has Silverthorn in the name. The biggest thing is that she's only at 12k, which is still not bad. So yeah, this is what makes the deck work. We're on 4 copies of Luquier. This is the other piece that makes the deck work. Counterblast 2, discard, call everything out of Soul. Everything in my deck so far has had Silverthorn in the name. She also herself is probably one of the better beaters because she's 22 if you call 2 or more on both Vanguard and Rearguard. So the goal is to get multiple copies in Soul. Then you can grab her back with Dorian, continually re-ride between 2 of them, and get more excels, more draw, more big swings, fill the fields. It's what makes the deck Silverthorn. Then we run 2 copies of Calamity Chimera. This is one of the few cards that doesn't have Silverthorn. This is mostly just a countercharge, and even then you only use it like once per game. He's also 17k. Mm-hmm. So he's nice. You don't need to run more, otherwise you'll start regretting it. But he's nice. For triggers, we are running rainbow triggers because that is what gives us the most Silverthorns.
Ooh, okay.
So in total, we have 10 cards that are not Silverthorn. They are the 2 calamities, as well as the heal triggers and the draw PGs. Everything else is Silverthorn in the name. We run rainbow because if I can't predict what my triggers are, my opponent can't predict what my triggers are, as well as just having 15Ks instead of the extra draws.
Yeah.
And that is the profile. Yeah, that's it.